Jack? Where's Jack? Where is he? Jack, I want to see you. Great job, Jack. Thank you. What a job you do. You know, we have an incredible thing. We're always talking about the fake news and the bad, but we have guys, and these are the guys who should be getting Pulitzers.
All right, Jack, so here we are back. Human Events Daily, Real America's Voice. Right now, I want all the Patriots to take a moment, step back, and say, you know what? My cell phone service is not right for the country. It's not right for me. It's not right for the movement. And I'm going to go change it. And I'm going to go change it to one that supports me, supports the country, and supports my values. And how you do that, it's very simple. You go to patriotmobile.com/POSO. So go to patriotmobile.com/POSO, all Patriots, or give them a call at 972-PATRIOT. And you will get a free month of service with promo code POSO. Look, we all spend money, sometimes a little bit too much money, on cell phone services. Now, you won't do it with these guys. But we want to know that if we're spending that money, if we're doing something that we were required to have to maintain our standing in today's society and today's economy, then we want to do it with a service that supports our values, that supports first responders, that supports the great veterans of the Army and the Navy, like President Trump was at yesterday. Marine Corps, they have their 250th coming up. Air Force, a little bit longer for the Air Force and a whole lot longer for the Space Force to hit their 250th. But you know what? Patriot Mobile will be right there supporting them as well. So how do you get access? You go to patriotmobile.com/POSO, patriotmobile.com/POSO, and you will, right now, if you use promo code POSO, get a free month of service. Check them out. You're going to love them. Patriot Mobile. All right, I want to bring on now my good friend, Scott Pressler of Early Vote Action, because, Scott, there's a lot going on in the state of New Jersey, the Garden State, and as usual, you are in the thick of it. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jack. Well, I am here in Union City, New Jersey. I'll be going to Somerset tonight, the home of Jack Ciattarelli, and he is our Republican candidate. For anyone that thinks New Jersey is a blue state, I want to remind you the 2021 election was decided by 84,000 votes. And I'll tell you, Jack, that 600,000 Republicans sat out in that year's election, meaning this election is winnable. Jack Ciattarelli can be brought across the finish line, but he needs all of us to come together as a family in order to get it done over the next 29 days before Election Day.
And now, Scott, I've been looking at these polls, and I think a lot of us saw these polls last week. You know, we're really, really tightening up. And I've got one, where did it go? Right here. So this is out of New Jersey. I want to say just over, I want to get the exact dates here for you. This is from the Hill, PICS, ECP, New Jersey voters. This is from the September 22nd to the 23rd, so it's not recent, but it's close. This had him tied, Sherrill 43, yes, Ciattarelli at 43. So this just came out today. Massive, massive poll, the type of things that you just haven't seen. And for people who think that it's impossible, look, Governor Christie did it in just 2009. Now, that was a different sort of political epoch, a different political era, different kind of candidate. But New Jersey has gone red in gubernatorial races in recent history. And it functions very similarly. Scott, let me ask you this question that I was chatting with somebody about it. Do you think that New Jersey kind of functions like Pennsylvania a little bit when it comes to voting patterns?
A little bit. I think there is a difference between federal elections and state elections. And some of the people that were going to be a straight D ticket for Kamala Harris and Democrats in a federal election, well, some of those Democrats are willing to vote Republican, especially when it comes to these sky-high property taxes that we have in New Jersey. And the electricity prices that continue to go up and to impact working class families. And so really, PA and NJ, they share 1/4 of the same border together. And I think it's very interesting that, yes, they may in federal elections vote straight D, but this is our opportunity in a quote unquote off year election for gubernatorial that some of those Democrats we can bring on over to vote for Jack Ciattarelli for governor.
And that's something too, when you've got the economy being a top issue, then this becomes a huge issue for the party in power. For the party in power to say, oh, well, the economy isn't good, but we also need to keep supporting us. It's a very hard argument to make. Joe Biden wasn't able to make it. Kamala Harris wasn't able to make it. And I think in this case, in New Jersey, the Democrats aren't going to be able to make it either, are they?
No, well, this is a trifecta state government. So Trenton Democrats are in power and have been in power, especially under lockdown Phil Murphy. And I want to be clear to anyone that's on the fence.
Lockdown Phil.
Lockdown Phil. Mikie cheating scandal Sherrill. She is no different than Phil Murphy. She's Phil Murphy 2.0, just not in a suit. This is the woman that made $7 million on stock trades while being in Congress. This is the woman that voted against the Lake and Riley bill. This is the woman who wouldn't even acknowledge Charlie Kirk and in fact said degrading things about him. This is the woman that is going to continue Phil Murphy's legacy, if you want to even call it that. So you vote for Mikie, you're going to get more of the same. You're going to get more offshore wind, which is unpopular, higher property taxes, which is unpopular, higher electricity prices, which is unpopular. You're not going to get school choice, which is popular. You're not going to get medical freedom, which is popular. And so therefore, the voters only have one choice in this election, and that is Jack Ciattarelli for governor. But, Jack, we must vote down ballot because Jack can only do what he can to legislate if he has a legislature that's Republican and actually can pass his bills and put them into law.
That's exactly right. And I loved, I forget who had the write-up of it the other day, but they said that Mikie Sherrill is basically the Kamala Harris of New Jersey. I love that. I said, the Kamala Harris of New Jersey. It's so perfect. A limousine liberal who she goes on with Charlemagne the God, and she can't even tell you how much money she's made off of insider congressional trading. Saying, well, was it 7 million or was it 8 million? I can't remember. I'm just not sure. It's completely ridiculous, especially you go on a show like that. You got to have an answer to the most basic questions. And she's, attacking conservatives and just going all over the place. She seems to me, and specifically with that answer, Scott, you really don't always, especially a lot of Democrats these days, they typically seem to be doing better at media. She came across to me as so uncharismatic and so aloof and so just, I got to say, like Kamala Harris. She just seemed like Kamala Harris, just one of these candidates who's got no time for anyone who's got an issue and is frustrated with you for even answering the question. You know what I mean?
And she even had the gall, Jack, to attack me on social media. And when she did, it was hilarious because she got ratioed into oblivion, especially after I replied to her and called her her real name, which isn't Mikie cheating scandal Sherrill. It's actually Rebecca. And Rebecca, you're not even from New Jersey. You're from Virginia. And on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, we're going to make sure that Rebecca, Mikie cheating scandal Sherrill, never gets anywhere close to the governor's mansion.
Are we saying that Becky from Virginia is trying to take over New Jersey? I don't know about that Becky from Virginia. No, I'm not so sure about that Becky from Virginia trying to sneak in there. And by the way, the cheating scandal, I spent the entire day with the Navy yesterday down with the fleet. And, I don't usually speak with as a prior Navy intelligence officer. It's just not something I try to use in my day-to-day parlance. But, when it comes up, it comes up. As to say that, look, people knew in the 94 cheating scandal, which obviously wasn't here. It was a huge scandal. They still talk about it to this day within the United States Navy. There's a huge black eye for the Navy. It was a huge black eye for the integrity of those officers. And it really came down to be something that said, you know what? This class of people has gotten way too powerful in our Navy, and they've gotten so far removed from the deck plates themselves. If you want an officer to be of the highest standards, you need that also from your elected officials. They need to be sacrosanct. And by the way, this whole spin about, oh, she was protecting others, then why not release the records? Then why not just release your records and show us that you didn't cheat? It's really simple. Becky Mikie Sherrill from Virginia. If you didn't cheat, why not just release your records? But she won't. She won't release the records. Her records are sealed. By the way, her husband, who was caught up in the whole thing as well, he won't release the records. They've got a lawyer. I don't understand. It's real simple. You got a problem. You got a way to fix it. She could release the records today. She could release them right now. She could release them this afternoon. She could release them tonight. She could release them tomorrow morning. But she won't do it. Scott, we're coming up on a quick break. I know there's a big event coming on Friday. Are you able to stick on? Hold over to the next one?
I'm sticking around.
All right, Scott Pressler sticking around from Union City, New Jersey. We'll be right back. Human Events Daily.